Hi everyone, today we're going to present you about a predictive analytic. Let's get started. Hi everyone, today we're going to present you about a predictive analytic. Start with the overall result summary. As you can see, this graph shows the result about a model summary, which S is equal to 0.264 and R squared is equal to 98.64%. R squared adjust is 98.59% and R squared predictive is equal to 98.52%. If the R squared near 100%, it means independent variables have influenced on the dependent variables, and from the result, R squared is 98.64, shows that all the independent variables affect the dependent variable, 98.64. The others is 1.36. It means there are some influenced by other variables that are not in the format. For the trend performance, MAE is equal to 0.209 and MAPE is equal to 1.73%. So the performance of trend is quite accurate because it's nearly zero and the error had just only 1.73%. And for the test in 2017, MAE is equal to 0.3775 and MAPE is equal to 2.50%. The performance of test is lower accurate compared to the trend and the error has just only 1.73%. And here is this graph is the result summary without moving average. For the model summary, S is equal to 0.443508. R squared is equal to 96.19%. R squared adjust is equal to 96.02% and R squared prediction is equal to 95.78%. The result R squared is 96.19%. Show that all the independent variables affect the dependent variable 96.19%. The other 3.81%, it means there are some influenced by other variables that are not in the format. For the performance of MAE and MAPE, MAE is the lower the better. If it is 0, the model predicts Y value accurate 100%. MAPE is the percentage of the error. And for the trend performance, for MAE is equal to 0.320 and MAPE is equal to 2.59%. The result is higher compared to the first paragraph and second. So it means annual seasonal variable has affected to the test performance. It is higher compared to the first graph and second. So it means that the accuracy will be lower than two graphs above test. And for the test, for MAE is equal to 0.268 and MAPE is equal to 1.71%. So the performance of test is higher accurate compared to the trend and the error has the lower compared to the trend.
This graph is the result summary with all the annual seasonal index. For the model summaries, S equals 0.4435, R squared is equal 96.19%, R squared adjust is equal 96.02%, and R squared prediction is 95.78%. And for the result of the R squared, show that all dependent variables affect the dependent variables, which is 96.19%, and the others 3.81%. It means there are some influenced by the other variables that are not in the format. For the performance, MAE is the lower the better. If it is 0, the model predicts Y value accurate 100%. MAP is a percentage of the error. For the trend, MAE is 0.32 and MAPE is to 0.59%. The result is higher compared to the first graph and second, so it means annual seasonal variable has an effect to taste. It is higher compared to the first graph and also the second, so it means the accurate will be lower than two graphs above. And for the test for MAE is 0.26x and MAPE is 1.71%. The performance of test is higher accurate compared to the train and the error has lower compared to the train. For the next graph is the result summary without both of the moving average and annual seasonal index. So for the result, both of the model summary and performance is the same as the previous graph. Here is the summarize for the model summary in each regression model. As we know, if the R-square near 100%, it means independent variables have influenced on the dependent variables. As you can see the first and second graph, the result of R-square is 98.64 and 98.61, so it's nearly to the 100% and means that cutting the moving average doesn't matter to the input data. The result of the third graph and fourth graph, we cut off the annual seasonal index variable. The R-square is 96.19, is nearly to the 100%, but the result is decreasing if compared to the first and second, so it means annual seasonal index variable has the effect to the data. Last but not least, the R-square in model summary without annual seasonal, the result with lower than model summary that without moving average because annual seasonal value has an effect directly to the R-square.
So the summary of MAE and MAPE. MAE is the lower the better. If it is 0, the model predict Y value accurate 100%. MAPE is the percentage of the error. The first graph performance of trend is quite accurate and fewer, and the performance of test is lower accurate than the performance of trend. The second graph, which remove moving average, is the performance of test is accurately than the first graph. The third and fourth graph are the same result when we move annual seasonal and both of moving average and annual seasonal. So the result of the first and second are accurate and fewer than the third and fourth graph. To conclude, the annual seasonal had effect to the data. Thank you.